What's going on, guys? My name is AlecMikes. I'm a realtor here in the Chicagoland area with Kale Realty, and I wrote a book called No Realtor, No Problem, so that way I can help people like you confidently sell your house for max profits selling for sale by owner. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you my top 9 tips on how you can do just that. So starting off with tip number 1, it's understanding your local market. And it sounds simple, but it's important to know. So why is it important? Well, it helps you set realistic expectations for the sale of your home. If you're in a seller's market, which is anything less than 6 months of inventory, then you can expect to receive multiple offers, sell quickly, and this is what most of the country has experienced in recent years. Now, if you're in a buyer's market, on the opposite hand, then that's more than 7 months of inventory, and you have to expect that your house is going to sit on the market for a longer period of time. Now, in a seller's market, if you don't receive an offer within the first 30 days, then that is a big red flag. You need to change things up and quick. And that can be a price reduction, more marketing, an open house, things like that. But in a buyer's market, if you don't receive an offer immediately, even within the first couple of months, then as long as you priced your home correctly, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. It's not a real concern. Tip number 2 is, how much is your home actually worth? And you want to do what's called a CMA, or comparative market analysis, to figure this out. Because the last thing you want to do is either overprice your home or underprice your home, because they both come with consequences and both don't lead to the results that you're looking for. In both ends of that spectrum, you're going to be selling for, typically on average, less than what you want, and you might experience longer market times, lowball offers, all sorts of negative consequences. The real goal is to come in at a compelling price from the start. That way you're competitive on the market, the right buyers are seeing your home, and you can ideally capture multiple offers, which gives you leverage to negotiate up. If you get the price wrong, you're shooting yourself in the foot, because at the end of the day, the first 30 days in the market is typically when you're going to get the most buyer eyes on your property. And if you waste that precious time, well, you can't really get it back. So make sure that you do CMA. And if you want to know how to do a CMA, I actually created a video on how to do a CMA on ZILLOW, and I show you step-by-step how to do that, which you could click the link somewhere on this video and go to that and learn yourself. Now, tip number 3 would be learning how to do a CMA, because that's very important. So we're going to skip down to tip number 4. Tip number 4 is doing updates and improvements that create value. Because after you've completed your CMA, you know how much your home is currently worth and how much it could be worth with the right updates and improvements. Now, for most people though, just simply focusing on the basic repairs and updates, that's all you need. You want to show good home ownership to buyers. If you have squeaky doors and cabinets, well, guess what? Break out the WD-40. If you have a drippy faucet, make sure it's not dripping by the time buyers start showing up for showings and open houses. All of these basic little things go a very long way. And now, pro tip here, whatever door you're having buyers enter through, make sure it looks good, it's clean. Don't let there be a ton of cobwebs all around the light fixtures. If the door looks really dirty and beat up, maybe give it a fresh coat of red paint, or maybe just clean it up a bit. put some flowers out, make it look pretty, because that's the buyer's first impression of your home. And first impressions are key. You want them to walk in and right from the get-go, be like, okay, this is nice. They care about this place. Now, let's say with your CMA, you found out that if you updated your kitchen and you made it look modern, that those homes that have that updated kitchen and look like yours are selling for about $50,000 more. And you don't need to sell your house right now. You can push it off another 6 to 12 months. Well, maybe consider doing some of those kitchen updates. Now, there's going to be no guarantee that you're going to have a return on investment, but if you're pretty confident about it based on the CMAs, it doesn't hurt to give it a try. Especially because kitchens are always king when it comes to improvements. But of course, like I just mentioned, if you're trying to sell ASAP and you're trying to maximize your profits, just focus on the basics. Don't overthink it. Tip number 5. This one is clearing house and cleaning up. Simply decluttering your house and getting rid of some of those possessions by packing up early using a service like 1-800-PACK-RAT or pods. That way, when buyers enter your home, it's clean. It looks larger, more spacious. And also, no buyer can properly envision themselves in your home if there is all the family photos on every wall and grandma and the grandkids and your children are plastered everywhere. Buyers need to be able to have a fresh slate so that way they can properly envision themselves living there. So going ahead and cleaning up, decluttering will do you wonders. Now, pro tip here, you need to hire yourself some professional cleaners before your photography gets there, at least one day prior. So that way the photos look as good and as crisp as possible. And you want to keep that cleanliness throughout the entire duration of the sale. So before showings and open houses, make sure to just spruce up a bit. Never let buyers see your house if it's in a messy condition. Spruce up, show it right, and you'll be happy with the results because the buyers will be happier with the home. Tip number 6, market like a top producer. If you want top producer results, then you're gonna have to start marketing like one. And that means hiring a professional real estate photographer. Don't think you're gonna crack out your phone and save a few pennies and shoot your home yourself, because you're doing yourself a disservice. A professional real estate photographer will get clean, crisp photos and allow your house to be showcased like it's a magazine-worthy home. And that's what you want. Now, as far as videos, they're kind of hit or miss. Some homes can really benefit from the videos. Other homes, it's really not necessary. But a lot of photographers these days are starting to bundle both the photography and the videography. So if you get a situation like that, great. If not, not a huge deal. But pro tip here, you need to really get your house out there on every website. And the way to do that is to get on the MLS. And you don't need a realtor to get on the MLS. There is something called a flat fee MLS service. I've seen it as low as about $90 and as high as $500 to $600 depending on all what goes into it, because sometimes the services include covering all of the marketing expenses and doing that for you. And then there are certain minimum service requirements that are on top of that. So it kind of depends what you want, what you need, but bare minimum, you need to get yourself on the MLS so that way nobody can miss your home for sale. It's Realtor's #1 secret to selling homes, and it's going to syndicate across all of the major real estate websites, which is going to showcase your home in the best light possible. Tip number 7, create a showing experience. You want this to be an experience for the buyers. Don't you dare let them walk in to a dark, cold, smelly, dirty house. When you know buyers are coming for, let's say, an evening showing in the wintertime, you want to crank up the heat a little bit. Make it a little toasty and comfortable. Turn on all the lights. Make sure that the garbage isn't full and isn't smelly. Flush the toilets. Do a little bit of sprucing up. Create some ambiance. So put on some jazz music, maybe light a candle. The better the buyers feel upon entering and leaving your home, the higher the chance that they're going to submit an offer is. Because they've already entered all of those homes that gave them the heebie-jeebies, and yours definitely was not one of them. Pro tip here. One of the biggest mistakes I see that for sale by owners do is when they're live on the market, they keep such a tight availability for showings. And that's such a massive disservice because guess what? Buyers are not going to submit an offer on a home that they can't see in person. So when you're on the market, you want to accept as many offers as humanly possible. And I get it. You work full time, your schedule's tight, you still have a life, and so how can you always be home to accept these showings? Well, you're not always going to be home, and that's okay. For buyers working with a realtor, accept those showings. Put a lockbox on your door so that way the agent can bring their client to your house and see it even when you're not there. So that way you're not leaving money on the table and missing out on showing after showing after showing. Tip number 8, speak to your attorney about your property disclosures, either before or after you fill them out. And yes, I said your attorney. I wouldn't advise anybody to do a real estate transaction without an experienced, keyword experienced, real estate attorney. They're going to be your backbone throughout the transaction. And before or after you fill out those property disclosures, if you have any questions about whether or not you need to disclose something, you need to talk to them. Because if you add something or forget to add something on those disclosures and it comes back to bite you in the ass later, you're going to be sorry that you didn't at least have a conversation with them. I interrupt this program for a quick message from our speaker. All right, guys, you got to have a little bit of fun recording. So if you live in the Chicagoland area and you need a high quality, experienced either lawyer or lender, simply drop a comment with the word lawyer or lender down below, and I'm going to connect you to somebody who's really good. All right, back to the video. Tip number 9, select the best offer for you. And guys, don't fall into the trap of just looking at and focusing on the price, because the price is not the most important thing when it comes down to selecting the best offer for you. You need to look at everything. Look at the loan type. Is it a cash offer? Is it conventional loan? Is it an FHA loan or a VA loan that requires more strict inspections? Look into everything. When does the buyer want to move in? When is the best time it works for you to move out? Are they requesting certain concessions? You have to take everything into account, because sometimes, especially when you have multiple offers, what initially looked like, oh my God, the golden offer, turns out to be the offer that you don't even go with after you've analyze the offer fully and negotiate with the buyers some more. Now, after analyzing all of your offers and selecting the right offer for you, you immediately begin attorney review. So the buyer is going to have 5 business days to go ahead and complete their inspection, and then there's going to be all of the negotiations and back and forth. Once that's wrapped up, attorney review is over and it's on to the appraisal. That's if they're using a loan. If they're not using a loan, then that is wiped out. Now, from here, lean on your attorney's knowledge to guide you through the rest of the transaction, because at this point, the transaction is more so out of your control and you can only control the controllables. So as long as you did everything in your power before you went under contract to get the best offer possible and set yourself up for success, then you've done everything you could. Now, if you would like to make your life easy and have all of the nitty-gritty details to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success and you're feeling as comfortable and confident as humanly possible before you embark on this listing, then go ahead and visit norealtornoproblem.org and just see what I have to offer. I have both a step-by-step book as well as a step-by-step online course, which includes the book, the content bundle, and step-by-step guides teaching you all of the online computer stuff. So even if you're 80 years old, you can easily follow along. And I hope you got something of value from this video. And if you end up getting either the book or the course, I hope that blesses you too. Until next time, guys, Alec out. Take it easy.